Michael, let's go to the front page of The Telegraph. This is talking about this the sort of peace talks, if you like, that have been going on and the ridiculous demands being set out by Putin, who wants these humanitarian corridors that will lead Ukrainians trying to flee war into the arms of the enemy, only to go to Belarus or to Russia.
Well, let's separate two things.
Okay.
And first of all, what are the demands? I mean, the demands that have been made now by spokesman for Putin, rather than Putin himself, are somewhat surprising because he went to war saying that Ukraine had no right to exist, that it was a non-state, and that it was run by Nazis and had to be denazified. In the terms that have now been set out for peace, none of those things is ostensibly mentioned. What's mentioned instead is the recognition of the seizure of Crimea, the recognition of the two eastern republics, and the neutrality of Ukraine, which would mean that it wouldn't be part of NATO or the European Union. Now, these are rather puzzling because, really the de facto seizure of Crimea was not being challenged. The two eastern states have been under Russian control for a very long time, and the neutrality of Ukraine was there for the asking anyway. I mean, Ukraine was not going to join NATO, and it's not very far advanced towards joining the European Union. So these demands are somewhat puzzling. I mean, they may, of course, simply be a trap. I mean, they may just be nonsense, claptrap and lies, which is what normally comes out of Russia. But were they any more than that, then they would represent an enormous change in the demands that Russia was making only 12 days ago when it invaded. So, rightly, these demands are being met with some scepticism in the West. Of course, it must be for Ukraine to decide as a sovereign nation what it makes of these proposals. But I must say the proposals have raised quite a lot of surprise, I think.